What is happening, people? It is Brian, Alsruhe, NEVERsate.com, and today I want to talk to you guys about the biggest mistake that I see on the majority of squats everywhere. But first, this isn't something I normally throw at the beginning of the video, but we kind of need to answer fast. So the good people over at Lowe were printing some of the Start Somewhere shirts. You guys know the whole, it's got to start somewhere, got to start sometime. What better place than here, what better time now? The thing that's on that big banner there behind me. So by accident, they thought they were putting on a black shirt, but instead it ended up being this dark blue, and they ended up putting the print on it, and Johnny over at the Lowe brand actually sent it over to me and said, I messed up, what if you can have it, and I actually like it a lot. I think it looks good. So on Monday night, he brought the shirt over along with a couple others for some of the guys. We tried them on, we like them, and he said, why don't you ask the people on your channel if they like them, because they like them, I'll throw them up for sale, but if they do not like them, then these will never be made. So I leave the question up to you guys. So basic idea here is, if you guys are interested in it and you guys would actually consider buying it, go ahead down in the comment section, just say yes, that's a pretty cool shirt, I'd be interested in buying it. If not, like I said, they'll never be made, but this is up to you guys. If you guys want it and you answer yes, you'll get them. If not, the world will be a sadder place. But as always, guys, if you do not pick one up while they're for sale, once they go away, and they never come back. So if you want one, pick it up. Thank you. And now we're back to talking about the squat and the biggest problem that I see everyone do, and that is that people rush their setup and their walkout. The way people walk out of a squat rack, you'd think they're on some type of weird timer where second that bar hits their back, it starts ticking down. Now, don't get me wrong. Anytime you are under load, there is a definite timeline. You will eventually, your body will give up, depending on how much the load is. But don't blow this out of proportion. You are not going to run out of any energy if you take a couple extra seconds and make sure that your setup and your walkout is correct. Plus, if you think about it, if you ever did a high rep set of squats, let's say you're going to 20 and you're on set 12, and you stop to take those breaths, the 1, 2, 5, 12 breaths, well, at that point, you're not worried at all about whether you're gonna be able to squat anymore or not. And although there is definitely something to how much time you spend doing your set can actually hurt you, during your squat setup and walkout, that's not time to worry about it. Taking those couple extra seconds, just get everything stable and correct, is going to far outweigh any energy that you're gonna lose by being able to create more power through your legs, drive up through the floor, and get a bigger squat. So what I'm gonna do here is give you guys a checklist so you can kind of go through during your next squat day and go through your setup and your walkout and just make it as perfect as possible. I would encourage you to either take notes, write down an NS card, take notes on your phone, and take it to your gym with you the next time so that all this is fresh in your head, so you can literally go down the line and tick off every single thing. And I can guarantee you, if you do those things, you're gonna be much more stable, and a stable squat equals more weight. Let's go. All right, so our first step to squat awesomeness is starting up at the top. We're gonna work our way down. So I wanna talk about how wide your grip width is. Now, how close or how far you can actually put your hands is gonna be highly determined by your wrist and shoulder mobility. And I know if you guys have been lifting for any amount of time, I know a lot of you do not have the best shoulder mobility in the world. Neither do I. But almost everyone would benefit by bringing their hands in a little bit closer. So what I do while working up on my warm-ups is I keep creeping my hands in a little bit more each and every set. Now, the tighter that your hands come in, the more of a scrunchy, crunched up back you have as opposed to a flat back. That is gonna give the barbell more real estate to sit on, which makes it more easy to stay where you put it. If it's just sliding and sitting on top of bone and just kind of balancing down on your back, no good at all. You want to scrunch as much of your trap up as possible so that the bar can sit right in there and have a good nest to stay and have it squat PR babies. How does one even come up with squat PR babies? The closer that you bring your hands together, the more scrunch you will get in your upper back, creating a shelf, which is going to be much better off. However, do not go so far that it starts bothering your wrists or your elbows or your shoulders. Getting elbow tendonitis because you bring your hands in, that'd be stupid. Do not do that. And always, I'm sure you guys are tired of hearing me say it, but you should be squeezing that bar as hard as possible. Even though this has nothing to do with grip, squeezing the bar is going to allow for your power output, so definitely be doing that. But try to squeeze it a little closer together each in each set. Yeah. The next thing I want you guys to think about is melting this bar to your body. Now, this is mainly a cue for people who squat low bar, which I'm assuming most of you do. And if not, you probably should be. Or not, whatever you want to do. But what I cue myself to do here is actually pull that bar through my body. Like I'm trying to bend it like a horseshoe across my shoulders, trying to pull it out the front of my chest right around my nipple line. This is going to do a lot to lock in my lats, which is going to make the squat a ton easier, as well as literally melt that thing and make the bar one with my body so that there is no moving around during the squat, because any movement that you do not intend to have is taking pounds off that bar. Pull the bar through your chest. Even though the squat is a lower body exercise, you still need to be engaging your upper body just as much if you want to be good at it. Write that down. Now that you have that bar melted to your body and you're in a super uncomfortable position, you're still inside that rack, but now we have to do the most important thing of the entire lift, and that is breathe and brace. Now, if you don't know anything about breathing and bracing, I would highly encourage that you click on the video that's going to be linked above, because it might be the greatest video ever made. It also will make all of your lifts go up if you follow the advice there. But yes, indeed, people, you do need to breathe and brace before that bar ever leaves the rack. So what I try to do, once I'm completely locked in, my hands are being squeezed tight, my lats are locked in, I'm pulling that bar through the front of my body. It is sitting directly in the center of my back, exactly where I want it. Then I get a huge belly breath, I brace it down, and then I stand up like I am finishing a world record rep. Kind of impressed that I said world record rep without messing it up. The reason why you're standing up so violently is because how this bar feels on your back from the moment that it leaves the rack is going to be very important for the outcome of this squat. You guys have all been there before. Sometimes you go in and you pick something up and it feels ridiculously heavy. Typically those reps don't go well. Conversely, we've all picked something up and we could not believe how it felt in our hands. We were so excited for that rep because you knew without a doubt that you were gonna get it. And those tend to work out better. So standing up explosively like you mean it is going to do a lot to make that bar feel lighter on your back because you're moving the weight this much. But you get to move that weight explosively and fast, which teaches your body something. Just like training a puppy. Going up! But the only problem with standing up explosively is that it's gonna cause some shaking in those weights. Now, you guys have all picked up something that is full of water and something that is completely solid. The thing that's full of water is a lot harder to pick up and manipulate because you're dealing with all kinds of force, and every single time that something shifts, your body needs to deal with it. The same exact thing happens with a barbell and plates or a barbell and anything. If stuff is kind of sloshing around, it is a lot harder for your body to produce force into it because it needs to deal with all those balancing and stupid issues. So it would be good to cut that out. In order to do this, what I like to do is stand up explosively, and then once those weights start shaking, I do not move until they've completely quieted and settled down. Most people, when they go for a squat, walk in like they're trying to attack somebody, and then they get out of there like a snake is chasing a snake. Great job. Great job. Well, once those weights have settled and are completely still and you're still all locked in, now it is time to move. Now this isn't rocket science, people, so we dumb it down as little as possible. For that reason, I went to a 3-drop step. I want you to remember that in a squat, the bar's supposed to stay over top of the middle of your foot, so you don't need to go out very far. So what I personally do is 1/2 shuffle step. Literally my foot slides back, straight back, directly back, just about half the width of my other foot. From there, I step out with my left foot and I set that foot. It does not move from there. From there, I step with my right foot and that one is set. 3 steps, people. From there, I can wiggle them around or adjust how I need to, but you're not at the prompt. Stop dancing. Every single second that you're out there dancing like a cat in a litter box, that is just taking the chance of your squat going well away. 3 steps. It's really more 2.5 because that first one only counts. But you don't need to go very far, people. That first half step just clears you from the rack so you don't hit the plates on the side of the uprights as you step out. Then your first step, set your foot. Second step, set your foot, and you're good to go. Giant Travolta. Also important to note here that you are still holding that first breath, so you better be quick. But since you were moving, now we need to wait for those plates to settle again. If during that walkout everything started bouncing again, you do not want to start bouncing when that plate is going in the opposite direction. Some ways it will help you, but then it reverses and it's going to get twice as hard. So it's best off just lifting the weight that you're supposed to be lifting, that you agreed to lift, that you put on the bar, that the bar knows you're gonna lift. You enter an agreement, do not breach that contract. So now you've given the chance for those weights to settle down and everything is completely quiet. The last thing that I want you to do is flex your butt. This is gonna link up your entire posterior chain, and I can't tell you how much this is important for your squat. Number one, it brings your hips underneath the bar as opposed to sticking out behind you, which already sticks you in a disadvantageous position because that position's only gonna get worse, your butt's gonna go further, and your chest is gonna fall further as the rep goes on, especially when it gets heavy. So flexing your butt will not only fire your posterior chain to help out, but you're also sticking as much weight on top of your actual skeleton as you can. Skeletons are strong, sometimes. If you guys watch some of my heavy squat videos, my walkout, anytime that it's above 675 to like 730 type of range, my walkout looks like I am going to die. There's not one person in the gym that thinks I'm going to get that rep. And then I flex my butt. And everything quiets down, and then it starts to make sense again. Because you can't have moving parts if you're gonna move something heavy. But once that butt is flexed and everything's aligned, now you have the chance to exhale, rebreathe, get a huge belly breath, brace it down, and then it's time to start to squat. Now, if you guys need more help on this or the next steps when we actually get to the squat, I have an entire squat series that I will link above that you guys can check out. But man, I cannot tell you how much fixing my setup and my walkout help my squat. It might take me an extra 3-4 seconds to actually, before I'm actually squatting from the time that the bar leaves, but everything is solid. There's nothing jiggling around, nothing's moving, and it makes you like a piston. You are an unstoppable force if everything is solid and locked in. It's just when the bar's moving around, or your body's moving around, or your feet are moving around, or your hips, when those things are moving around, you cannot generate force. It's like trying to take a string and make a string go straight. It doesn't work. Like, there's too much flexibility in there. You take a pencil, you can push a pencil. Same exact thing. The rigidity, rigidness, how rigid something is definitely makes it easier to apply force to it. So stop shortchange yourself by rushing your walkout. Take your time, get in there, get set, get tight. Use this checklist. Go through an entire workout, setting up and walking out a ridiculous amount of times so you can ingrain this in your brain, because I can promise you, when things get heavier and the costs are higher, it's gonna matter that you did the practice. So guys, that's it. I hope this will catapult some of you to higher squat PRs. It definitely helped me out, so hopefully it will help you guys out as well. Let me know in the comment section down below whether you like that new NEVERsate shirt. So yeah, the little brand will be monitoring the comments, so if enough of you say yes, then I'm sure they'll go on sale. But I like them, and I am almost all cut of my program, so if you guys do want one, you'll get it a little bit faster right now. If you're interested, just email me at neversate@gmail.com. We'll discuss everything there. I will catch you guys later in the week, but until I do, go out to something amazing with us. Keep working hard, people. Be nice to each other. And I'll see you then.